Do you feel lucky? Well, do you? Throughout my life, I've always thought of myself as a lucky person. I don't know why exactly. I mean, I'm lucky to have been born where I have been and to the family I was. Same as everyone else, I've had some challenges and problems growing up, but things never seemed that bad. Definitely not compared to some of the other people who I've seen that have had some incredible struggles like bullying and abuse. Some people have it hard in ways that I can't even contemplate. Now, I also feel like I'm quite lucky. Whenever I'm at a casino in Vegas, I always feel like I'm going to be lucky. And quite often, I am, I think. Until I'm not. There's also the gambler's fallacy. The gambler's fallacy is the mistaken belief that the outcome of a random event is influenced by previous events, even when they're independent. People often perceive patterns or trends in random data. In fact, I remember reading about an experiment where they had some flashing lights, and the lights were completely random, but people kept assuming that they could see patterns and trying to predict that the patterns would present the next light in the sequence. And there was actually, if they had just gone for the same answer every time, they would have had a higher score than if they tried to predict the patterns. And if they were able to recognize that, they would have seen it. But the way that our brains work, we're always seeking out patterns, we're always seeking out meaning in everything that's going on around us. In reality, random events like coin tosses, roulette spins are unrelated to each other. The probability of each outcome remains constant regardless of past results. Believing in the gambler's fallacy can lead to poor decision-making, particularly in gambling or investing. People may bet more on an outcome they think is due, or avoid an outcome they believe is less likely based on past results, which can be financially detrimental. And I've experienced this myself in person, being in Vegas on a roulette table and looking at all the numbers coming in on the screen, and I say to myself, I think this must be due a black odd number, and so I'll place my bets on a black odd number. Now, the trouble is, sometimes the universe supports this theory. Hell, sometimes it totally backs it up. Or maybe that's just me making patterns out of randomness. Luck is often perceived as a random and unpredictable force, but there is a scientific perspective that tells us luck is more something we experience rather than something that happens to us. While luck can't be guaranteed or controlled, there's certain factors and psychological mechanisms that can influence our experiences of luck. Research in positive psychology suggests that optimistic individuals tend to perceive themselves as luckier. Optimism can lead to a positive outlook, resilience in the face of adversity, and an increased likelihood of noticing opportunities and positive events. There's also selective attention. The human brain tends to focus on information that confirms our belief or expectations. This cognitive bias can lead to the perception of luck, as people tend to pay more attention to positive or fortunate events whilst overlooking the negative ones. Again, this is something that I've experienced firsthand, being at Cheltenham races and the horses are coming in and I'm not really winning. I'm putting bets down, but nothing's coming in. And then at some point in the day, I have a big win, massive win. And the emotion, the adrenaline, shouting, really happy. And that experience, because it's so strong, outweighs all of the smaller negative experiences, all the smaller losses. Now, the experience completely outweighs it, but the monetary value quite often of the build-up of those small losses can be equal to, if not more than, the overall win. But the power of the overall win is more. And that's what we remember. We remember emotionally significant events. So when I then look back on that day at the races in the future, what I remember is my big win. And then the next time the races come around, I think, oh, I was really lucky. I had a big win. I'll probably get another one this time. But it doesn't necessarily always work that way. The other thing is risk. Luck can be seen as the intersection of risk and opportunity. Individuals who are open to taking calculated risks and seizing opportunities are more likely to experience events that appear lucky. And then finally, preparation. There's a famous saying, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. This highlights the idea that preparation can make individuals more capable of recognizing and capitalizing on those opportunities that are out there. And I'm really curious to hear, do you believe in luck? If you do, what makes you believe in luck? And if you don't, what makes you not believe in it? And maybe where do you sit on that sort of continuum of, do we create our own luck? Or is luck something that happens to us from outside forces in the universe? Put your comments below. Thanks.